This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 1026, How to Start Writing Your Book by Jeff Goins of GoinsWriter.com. And I'm Dan, I am your personal narrator here, and welcome to this episode of OSD where I read to you from great blogs on entrepreneurship. And let's get to it now, learn how to start writing your book from Jeff Goins as we optimize your life. How to Start Writing Your Book by Jeff Goins of GoinsWriter.com. Getting started. The slowest part of the process, the beginning of writing a book, is really challenging. You have to decide on a topic, plan an outline, and create a structure. I liken it to riding a bicycle up a hill because you really have to work to gain any momentum at all. Today's post is going to focus on getting started. In my original work, I broke the section on starting down into 4 points. 1. Decide what the book is about. 2. Set a daily word count goal. 3. Set a time to work on your book every day. And 4. Write in the same place every time. Instead of just rewriting what I included with those original points, I've only added the expanded portions here for you. Good writing is always about something. 1. Decide what the book is about. When deciding what a book is going to be about, it's tempting to place the focus on our own experiences. Resist this temptation. As authors, we must have a theme that taps into the foundational need of all human beings to thrive. A nonfiction book needs to be driven by an argument that solves a universal problem. A work of fiction needs a theme that all humanity can relate to. Examine a handful of best-selling books in your genre and look for the driving force behind them. We have 500 years of publishing history to study and figure out what works. I use 3 questions to find the theme in my books. What is this about? What is my argument? And what is the problem ailing my intended audience? I attempt to answer those big questions in one sentence. When it makes sense, I'll stretch the phrase into a paragraph. Then I'll create a 1-page outline. Pushing forward progressively, I'll create a table of contents with different chapters. Then I'll break the sections into a beginning, middle, and end. This process can take days, weeks, or months. That's okay, and this is where a lot of your mental energy needs to be spent. This is not stalling. This is not giving in to resistance. This is writing. The more effort you put into figuring out what you want to say and how you want to say it, the easier the actual writing will be later. 2. Set a daily word count goal. I recently started walking more, and the goal I set for myself is 10,000 steps a day. Beginning in the morning, I move more. I add little walks here and there, and when nighttime rolls around, it's easy to finish at my target. But on days I haven't taken a walk and I need 8,000 steps before bed to reach my goal, it's a tough night. Writing a book is done the same way. You don't set out to write a book. You create a habit of writing. It doesn't need to be a ton of words. 300 to 500 words are enough. It isn't hard, but it does require discipline. I write at least 500 words a day, and I've been doing this for many years. Consistency has been the key to my success. Little drips of effort have led to waves of momentum. Show up every day and frequently do your work. You don't have to write a lot, you just need to write often. 3. Set a time to work on your book every day. Dan Miller, the best-selling author of 48 Days to the Work You Love and other books, makes an appointment with himself and never misses it. He sets aside deliberate writing time in advance that ensures he doesn't have to think about it. Consistency makes creativity easier. Strive to be consistent, not creative. Embrace discipline, but give yourself grace. Discipline to do the work when you don't feel like it. Grace to get back to it after you miss a day. Don't shame yourself and don't give yourself an out. Honor your writing time like you would any other appointment. If you need to reschedule, do it in advance. If you know you have a birthday party or something else coming up, plan around it, but try to find the time of day you're most creative and commit to setting it aside for writing. Make it so it's just what you do. Writing has to be something that you do. Most professional writers don't love or hate it. They just do it. Show up at the same time and write for the same amount of time or word numbers. And 4, write in the same place every time. It doesn't matter where it is, just make it the same place. Whether it's the kitchen table, a nook or corner, or an office. Write in the same physical location. Make it a special place that lets you know when you enter the sacred creative space, and let it serve as a reminder to finish your commitment to yourself. When I wrote my first book, my kitchen table served as my sacred writing space in the morning. Throughout the rest of the day, it was used by the rest of my family for the usual purpose. But during my writing time, it was set apart for a purpose. Consistency makes creativity easier. Creating a writing system. The hard part of writing is sitting down and starting. Writing the same amount at the same time in the same place will help you. You can wake up without an alarm, and your routine will lead you to your writing. This helps your brain and body know precisely what to do. This is called a writing system, and it will be uniquely yours to help you succeed. You just listened to the post titled How to Start Writing Your Book by Jeff Goins of GoinsWriter.com.
This episode is brought to you by Google. Cyber attacks on critical infrastructure threaten essential services. That's why public institutions like schools, hospitals, and government agencies across the country are partnering with Google to keep their data safe and secure. Because when organizations run on Google Cloud, they're defended by the same AI-powered security that protects all of Google. Explore how Google is keeping more Americans safe online. Visit safety.google/cybersecurity today.
As an entrepreneur, you started your business because you love your passion, not bookwork. It's time to focus on your interests instead of your paperwork with Collective.com. Collective is the all-in-one financial solution for entrepreneurs, handling all of your corporate formation and compliance paperwork, taxes, bookkeeping, accounting, and even payroll. It used to be that you'd need to hire several people to handle all these things, a CPA, a bookkeeper, even an attorney. Now, Collective handles all of it at a small fraction of the cost. And if you've already made money this year but don't have an S-Corp election, right now, through June 30th, Collective can save you thousands of dollars on taxes in 2023. It's the membership that easily pays for itself and then some. So again, act before June 30th to save potentially thousands of dollars in 2023 taxes. Go to Collective.com to save on taxes this year and have someone who knows what they're doing handle your setup, accounting, bookkeeping, and taxes, even your personal taxes. That's Collective.com. And a big thank you to Jeff for yet another great post that he's shared with us. He's a really popular writer, the best-selling author of 5 books, so he certainly knows something about the topic that he was covering today. And those books include The Art of Work and Real Artists Don't Starve. On his site, you can hear his thoughts on writing, life, and creative work. And you're going to hear him narrated across a few of our shows, so if you're looking to share your work and share your creativity, but you're afraid of becoming the starving artist, his site is for you. So much great advice there, and you can check it all out at goinswriter.com. That's Goins writer.com. And with that, we've reached the end of this episode and the end of the weekend if you're listening in real time. Of course, I thank you, as always, for being here with me, and that's what keeps this show going. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Monday show where your optimal life awaits.